Hello dear viewers, hope you all are doing good. Welcome to Zenzi Education, where we explore everything commerce. I, Anusha Naik-Quad, help you to make your concepts easier. So we are studying Subject Statistics, Chapter 1, Vital Statistics of Class 12. So far we have covered all the concepts related to fertility and reproduction rates. If you have missed any of the concepts or the problems involved in it, you can look into the description box. I have attached the video links. And if you have any confusion related to any of the video, you can reach out to me in the comment section. And today we will look about the next concept, that is mortality rate. So let's get started. So, as I just mentioned, we have looked into everything related to fertility, which means we looked into live birth, right? And then we took into consideration reproduction rate, where we studied about growth of population. Now, we will study about mortality. What is mortality? Is nothing but measure of death in a population. Mortality is number of deaths, right? The death may be due to various reasons like sickness, old like age, or medical conditions, accidents, anything. So deaths happening in a population in a particular year is termed as mortality. There are different measures of mortality, measurements or measures of mortality. Like we studied different measures of live birth, that is fertility or reproduction rate, there are also different measures of mortality. First one is crude death rate, that is CDR, crude death rate, which calculates death happening in total population, death in a year for total population in a year for 1000 individuals, right? CDR. Next is age specific death rate, that is ASDR. As the measure name suggests, age specific death rate. So, as we studied in ASFR, where we were calculating the live birth for specific age group, similarly, we will calculate death for specific age group. So, death in specific age group in a year divided by population in that age group into 1000 for 1000 individuals. Next comes standard death rate, which is STDR. Here, STDR is very important with the point of view of comparing death of two localities or of two towns. Here, the formula is like if we are comparing for particular town A or town B, locality A, locality B, it stands like STDR of town A is summation of PA by summation P, right? If we are calculating it for STDR of town B, it is summation of PB by summation P. Now what is this P and A? What is this P and B is? P is nothing but standard population. P stands for standard population, whereas A stands for ASDR of town A. Okay, and B stands for ASDR of town B. I hope this is clear. So P stands for standard population, A stands for ASDR of particular town, and B stands for ASDR of that particular town. Then we multiply it with specific standard population and we divide it by the total of standard population. Then we can find out what is standardized death rate. Whichever, so STDR is nothing but comparing, right? We compare two localities. So whichever STDR is lesser, whichever STDR is less, it means that town population, that town is healthy. Why? Because there are less number of death, right? So this is about STDR, that is standard rate population. Then there is something known as infant mortality rate. Infant mortality rate, that is IMR, which is nothing but infant means babies of age 0 to 12 within 1 year of old, then those are known as infant. The death occurring between the babies of 0 to 12 is termed as infant mortality rate. Then there is something known as neonatal mortality rate, that is NMR. Neonatal is something but babies of 0 to 28 days, only of 28 days. So the babies which die within the time span of 28 days, then we calculate as neonatal mortality rate for 1000 individuals. Next there is maternity mortality rate, which is MMR. This stands for the number of deaths occurring to mothers because of childbirth. Number of deaths occurring to mothers, maternity, because of childbirth is taken into consideration of maternity mortality rate. There are various conditions, right, because of which mother may also lose her life. So where this we study under maternity mortality rate. So this is about different measures of mortality. Let's look into the problem related to this. I hope the question is visible to you on the screen, which has given information related to age, locality A, death and population, and locality B, death and population. And there's an information called standard population. Here they have asked us to calculate STDR and we have to comment on which town is healthier, right? So first let us calculate for different towns, like let's calculate STDR for town A and then STDR of town B and compare the results accordingly, right? So calculation of STDR of town A. Okay, now let's note down the information first, that is age, death and population. So this is the information given. Now we know that STDR of town A is summation TA by summation P, right? This is the formula for town A. What is P? P stands for standard population, which is already given in the equation. We have to do just a summation of it. Here it's summation PA. What did I mention about A? A is ASDR, right? ASDR for particular age group. Let's calculate for 0 to 20, which is 72 by 4000 into 1000, which stands for 18, right? Similarly, calculate ASDR for all the age groups. 18. Now, standard population, which is P. Let's note down the information, that is, which will be summation P. So, total of standard population is 30,000, right? I hope you're following what I'm trying to explain. Next, now we will multiply both the columns, that is PA. 6,000 into 18, 12,000 into 6, 8,000 into 14 and 4,000 into 43. Write down the information. So summation is 4,64,000. Right? Now substitute 4,64,000 divided by 30,000. 15.47. So STDR of A is 15.47. Similarly, we have to calculate STDR of town B. Let me just note down that STDR is 15.47. Let's calculate for town B. So rest of the information remains same, right? Age and standard population. But here STDR of B is summation PB by summation P. Summation P is again standard population, whereas B stands for ASDR of B. Let me fill up the information: death, age and death, population and ASDR. So now that we have calculated ASDR for particular age group, we have ASDR of B, standard population. Now we will calculate PB. So the total of PB will be 4,84,000, right? Substitute the same again, 4,84,000 divided by 30,000, which accounts to 14.27. So ASDR of town B is 14.27. What was the ASDR of town A? 15.47, which means deaths are more in town A or locality A, whereas deaths are very less in town B. So the conclusion is STDR of town A is more than STDR of town B. Therefore, locality B or town B or whatever it is healthier. So this is very important. You give the conclusion which carries at least 1 marks. So this is the flow of the problem. What did we do? First, we calculated it for locality A. That was similar, right? What we took into consideration of age, death, population, we calculated ASDR, and standard population will be already given in the question, and we just multiplied it with PB. Then similarly, ASDR A was found and ASDR B was found. We compared both the results and we gave the conclusion of which town is more healthier. So I hope this problem is clear to you, which took into effect both the concepts of ASDR and STDR, which is very important from the examination point of view. Standardized death rate problems are very important from the examination point of view. If you have any queries related to any of the problem, you can reach me out in the comment section. I'll try to help you out. So don't forget to subscribe, share and click on the bell icon so that you will not miss any of the video notification. In our next video, we will be looking into next chapter and solve problems related to it. Until then, happy learning.